Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday, y'all. Nicole Roberts Jones here, and welcome to our weekly time for me to pour into you. Welcome to Amplify Your Brains Mondays. So, I join you here every Monday, 7 p.m. EST Live, to give you the tools to activate your faith alongside your purpose as you start or grow your service based business. See, God gave you such great gifts. It's up to you to serve the world with them. And so my purpose in this thing called life is to give you the tools so you can do just that. So as you come on in, hey Renata, I was just going to say, y'all come in, say your name and where you're from, right? You can tell my OG, my original girls are in the house. Love it, love it, love it. So do me a couple favors. One, say hello. I was watching a sermon a couple weeks ago and the pastor said it's really rude when you come in somebody's house and you don't speak. So come on, at least speak. Hey, Yolanda from Ohio. Love my clients. My girls are here. Yes, got my back. My rider lives, right? So the second thing I want you to do is if I share something that steps on your toes, I want you to give me some fire emojis. If I say something that resonates with you, I want you to give me some hearts, right? And then the third thing I want you to do is if I give you any value, I want you to share. So I'm doing something a little different this week. I didn't realize that I could go live on my personal page. So I'm live on my business page, my personal page, and in my Facebook groups, right? So I'm covered all the way around, right? And so as you're coming in, I want you to do one of those three things or all three, right? Hey, Edith, and hey, Kenyatta. I love it. I love it. So with that said, we're continuing in the series. We've been in this series for a minute, y'all. This is my third series for the year. So for 2021, if this is your first time with me, God put on my spirit to share something I'm calling Amplify Your Brains Mondays. And it's based on my favorite character in the Bible, Esther. So if you've missed any episodes, let me put up this so you can go and watch it. So all the past episodes are on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is nrjnetwork.com. You can go back and watch all the past episodes and catch up. This is episode number 17, right? I've only missed 1 week this year. So can y'all believe we are into the 18th week? Isn't that crazy? Of 2021. We're like into the 5th month. Crazy, crazy. So welcome to our first Monday of May. The month we celebrate moms. And so, as we celebrate moms and really womanhood, I want to start by celebrating one of my favorite moms, which is Michelle Obama. So, as we talk about rise above it, I know you all have heard the saying, when they go low, we go high. When they go low, we go high, which really is the press, kind of the muse, that saying for our conversation today. So let me give you a little review. So over the last few, actually, we started this series in March. And here are the topics we did. So we talked about rehearse it or release it last week. Week before was who has your remote, the power to press, beyond the cross, which was for Easter, let it burn, and don't look back. Now listen, all of those things were little steps, hey, Will, to talk about it. Well, listen, this meaning you can get value, right? My groups and stuff like that are for women only. Yes, Will, but you're more than welcome. I always say a few good men are always here. So you're more than welcome. I'm excited to see you here, right? So over the last few weeks, and if you guys see me do this, it means I'm having a hot flash. Welcome to that season of life. I should have put my hair in a ponytail. Anyway. So, and I have my fan, but it's way over there. Anyway, focus. So, if you haven't noticed, I've piecemealed and given you step by step instructions, really how to let things go. So, you have to understand that one of my favorite and really one of my mission Bible verses is, "I have come that they have life and have it more abundantly," which is John 10:10. Most people forget about that part of that Bible verse that's right before that. The enemy comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So I want you to understand, when things happen to you in your life, they're coming to steal, to kill, or to destroy. When people say things to you, when things have happened to you. And so over the last few weeks, I've given you tools to let go anything that could keep you from. Listen, reason why the enemy wants to steal, kill, and destroy, because God has a special assignment on your life. There is a blessing attached to you, not just for you, but for every person that's assigned to you. So every day you hold up on becoming the highest and best version who God created you to be, there are unanswered prayers because of it. Because you're somebody's answered prayer, your gift. And so that is why all that I've given you over the last few weeks is critical. And now that you've learned the tools to let it go, it's time to learn the next step, which is to rise above it. So, and you're going to say I have a whole lot of notes today because I didn't want to miss a thing, right? So with that said, As Michelle Obama said this statement, and I know all of you have heard it, still unable to find and download the journal homework. So listen, Edith, this is where you find the journal homework. Let me just say this now. So every week I give you guys homework, and it's not really homework. It's really to activate what I'm teaching you. So that work, number one, is in my Facebook group. So you've got to join the group. It's there on the bottom of the screen, thebrilliancetribe.com. So once you join the group, and you have to answer questions to join the group, by the way. Once you join the group, you go into the files section in that group. Now, every night at 7:30, like tonight's will be posted at 7:30. So tonight's is not there yet. It automatically posts. Okay. So how you get the homework, you go into the Brilliance Tribe, and then you go into the files section. If you can't figure that out, then Google how do I find the files section in Facebook. But it's in the Facebook group. Okay. So with that said, let me continue with our conversation for today. Okay. Now, here's what I want you to get. When Michelle Obama said that's saying that we all know so well, when they go low, we go high, I researched it. Now listen, in an interview that she gave the New York Times, and I want to read it because I want to make sure I don't miss a thing. Okay. Michelle took the time to explain the meaning behind the statement. And here's what she said, quote unquote, going high doesn't mean you don't feel the hurt or you're not entitled to an emotion. It means that your response has to reflect the solution. It shouldn't come from a place of anger or vengefulness. Anger may feel good in the moment, but it's not going to move the ball forward. Now, I talked a lot about emotions, right? But that's really what it is. It's being solution focused and not letting emotion lead you. When they go high, when they go low, we go high. So you got to stop for a moment and make a choice, right? And as I started thinking about this concept, rising above it, two things came to my mind. That saying, when they go low, we go high. The second thing that came to mind as I thought about rising above it was an eagle. Now, the interesting thing about an eagle, now, first of all, I looked up eagle in the dictionary, okay? And in the dictionary, Webster's dictionary describes an eagle as a bird noted for their strength, their size, their keenness of vision, and powers of flight. So an eagle can fly to higher heights than any other bird. It's stronger, smarter. And so really think about this. When you're rising above it, again, as Michelle Obama said, it means that your response has to reflect the solution, not emotion. Hey, Nana. So an eagle, listen, I'm going to break down why an eagle. Hello, everyone. Hey, Val from Houston. I really want you guys to get this. So an eagle can fly to heights that there's certain things that can't touch an eagle. A chicken, mm-mm. A pigeon, mm-mm. Think of any bird, an owl, mm-mm. So in order for you to really think about what has kept you back, and I hope you've done your homework over the last few weeks. You know, it's interesting. How many of you guys watch Ayanna Fix My Life? So if you didn't see it last Saturday, spoiler alert, so we already talked about it, right? I'm not going to tell you everything, but the thing that I think is interesting is there were 4 women on the show. All of them are radio DJs. And all of them, while they are highly successful, they are limited in their career, in their relationships, by things that happened to them in their past. See, many of us will keep walking past it like it's not happening. But every day you do that, what happens is it's spreading like cancer, dare I say. And any of you guys that are dealing with cancer, I'm sorry, right? But there's no other way for me to explain it. Because if you don't deal with something, it just grows and grows and grows. It doesn't go away. And for many of us successful women, oh, this was me too. Until at 26, I really got resolved. And if you didn't see my post today about my 20-year-old self, which I posted, and how she looked cute on the outside, but I was all jacked up on the inside. Outside doesn't always equal inside. I needed my inside to equal my outside. Matter of fact, I wanted my inside to be better than my outside, because this could be gone tomorrow, one car accident away. But my inside can never be shifted. And so that's why this work is critical. And that's why rising above it and really shifting how you look at things and being solution oriented and not emotional focused is a game changer. And to really illustrate how you do that, I'm using the eagle. So as I looked up this, first of all, let me read this Bible verse. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. That's interesting. The Bible verse says wings like eagles. Because again, an eagle can fly higher than anybody else, than any other bird. It's a superior bird. And so in order for you to fly like an eagle, let's talk about what an eagle is, right? So look, I got several notes. So here's the 4 traits. And I did some real research. Matter of fact, I wrote a blog on this years ago. I pulled that blog and then I did even more research because I really want y'all to get this. Okay. There's 4 things that really help an eagle to stand out from every other bird. Number 1, strength. Now, a bald eagle is believed to be 10 times stronger, and their grip actually to be 10 times stronger than the grip of an adult. 10 times strong. Can you imagine? That's like a machine. So their grip, this is me gripping my phone, is 10 times stronger than our grip. I wonder if that means 10 times stronger than my grip or the rock's grip. But anyway, you get my point, right? So what does that mean? That means when they hold on to something, nothing is going to separate them from it. When they get a grip on something, and for many of you, you give up. You start something, you don't finish it. That's because you're giving up on your grip. You're not using the strength that you have. You're allowing other things to depict. So what I mean by that is when you start a business, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's not easy. Because if it was easy, we'd all be at Oprah-like status. I'd be, past Tyler Perry. I'd have a plane, an island, I'd have all kind of stuff, right? I really want y'all to get this. So with that said, I want you to also understand that strength, you have to get focused on who God called you to be, and nothing can stop you. That's the strength of an eagle. So when you have minor setbacks, you're not giving up because of a setback. You stay focused on the thing God has called you to do. It's interesting. I went virtually to PDJ's Pastors and Leaders Conference this weekend, and Stephen Furtick went into this whole conversation around, and I don't have my Bible in front of me, where Paul was in jail. We all have heard Paul, the Apostle Paul, right? The disciple Paul, right? That he went to jail. This is way after Jesus had died and resurrected. And how many people in ministry don't talk about the hard stuff they go through. But Paul is talking from the hard place he is in. He said, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know if I'm going to die or if I'm going to live. But I need y'all to get what you need to do, whether I live or die. That's the strength of an eagle. You're going to do what God calls you to do. Even Jesus, who is our example, who went to the Garden of Gethsemane right before he was to go on the cross because it was hard and he wanted to quit. And he said, you know what, Lord, not my will, but your will be done. It's looking past the emotion that says this is hard, I'm out, I can't do this. It's being clear and uncompromising and being solution focused. What do I need to do so I can get through this? That's how you rise above it. So that's number 1. Y'all get that? Number 2, keenness of vision. Now, eagle, I'm reading this is the research, has such strong vision that they can see an object 3 miles away. So eagle can be all the way up in the sky and see a rabbit in a bush. And the rabbit thinks it's hiding. It's like, no, boo, the eagle can see you. So I want you to think about this. If he has keenness of vision, he's clear, again, and uncompromising. That goes with the strength. So what happens for many of you is the reason your businesses fail is because you're not clear on your vision. Many of you aren't even clear on your purpose. So you start doing things because you see other people doing it. And because you're not clear, and because you're not clear on the value that you are meant to serve the world with, that's one of the reasons your business isn't working. It's not that you're not gifted. It's not that you're not smart. It's not that you're not brilliant. You just don't have the keenness of vision. Last year, we started last year, people were saying it's 2020 vision, right? And people were claiming 2020 was a year of vision until COVID happened. Well, I believe 2020 was the year of vision. My question was, did COVID make your vision blurry? Or did you push past it to get what God had intended for you? See, for me, I'm going to be honest, I know God's intention for me. Number 1, I travel so much. There are things I needed to do in my business that I kept putting off because I travel so much. Well, God sat me all the way down so I can get all of that done. So a lot of the things I did last year, which were virtual, right, that were online things, were things I had been wanting to do for years. I just didn't have time to set it up. There were team I needed to recalibrate. Let some team go, and I hired some team because it was time for me to up-level the way I was serving. And some of my team, God was calling them to do something different. So I'm sharing that with you because I'm clear that I had to get my vision clear. Because let me tell you, 2021, the first phone call I got in 2021 was like, what? God put another book in me at the end of 2022. I got a literary agent at the top of 2021. It's like so many things started happening. Had I not set my butt all the way down to 2020, I'm not saying this to brag about me, but my question to you is, what have you not done yet? That's rumbling in your spirit, and maybe you don't know how to do it. For those of you that are starting a business, I got a gift for you, so hang tight. I'm gonna share that with you in a minute. But let me get through the other two because I'll start talking about that. Yes, Renata says yes. We think it looks good on so and so, and it has to work for me. Learn to stay in your lane, and it's not one size fit all. Yes, and then even get clear on what lane are you supposed to be in. Listen, it took me hiring a coach because I was having a friend with I was having a conversation with one of my best friends yesterday from high school who started a business, and she said this is really hard. Now it's hard for everybody. You know why? Because you don't do what you do to you. So when you try to explain to people how you're going to bless them, how do you talk to somebody about what you do when sometimes you do on autopilot and you don't even realize what you're doing? Hello, somebody. So that's why keenness of vision is so important. Third is power of flight. Now, this is interesting, y'all. I did not know this. Eagles can die if they flap their wings too much. An eagle can die if they flap their wings too much. Because imagine it's probably heavy and it's probably, anyway. So what eagles have to learn to do in order to be able to soar without flapping their wings is to wait for what is called wind thermals. See, it's the wind that helps them come up and then they soar. So the thing that I think is interesting is when you have a little turbulence, they use that to their advantage. Come on, somebody. That's a message somebody needed. See, many times, let me explain to you, every time I have failed in my business, I realize now that what God was trying to do was teach me a lesson to grow my butt. I had to put my big girl pants on and not quit. The times I failed, the times I made bad decisions, the times I've messed things up, I have learned great lessons. And it's made me better because I was willing to stay in and not quit. And that's because I was willing to soar on the wind that happened underneath it. See, all wind ain't good wind. See, wind could be a tornado wind. It could be, just a windy day. It could be a hurricane. But an eagle is going to use it all. I bet you a hurricane tornado wind makes them fly even better. I'm just saying. Just like when you go through hard things, it may not feel good, but it's for your good. The Bible verse says all things work together for the good. Not a few things, not a couple things, but all things. The question is, have you learned a lesson? That's the work we've been doing over these last few weeks. But now it's time for you to shift and really rise above it. And the last thing is an eagle flies to high altitudes. See, the thing that's interesting, if you think about when an eagle flies to high altitudes, it means that it's flying at a place that nobody else can touch it. Not a pigeon, not a scrub, not a chicken, right? So what you've got to realize is, and I get this question a lot, when God gives you a vision, it's nobody else's vision but yours. Just like when you're pregnant with a baby, it's nobody else's baby but yours. And this is for you too, Will, because I haven't had babies either. When you're pregnant, nobody can push that baby out but you. And many of you are relying for other people to give you approval or are relying for your family to help you. It's not your family's purpose, it's yours. It's not their responsibility to help you. Sure, it's great when family members help. Don't get me wrong. But they're not obligated. And when they don't believe in it, I remember when I first started doing this, and this is in 1993, and I couldn't even explain to people what this was because I had never even heard of a coach. I didn't even think coaching was out yet in 1993. And so a lot of my friends thought I was crazy when I had a lucrative career in the entertainment industry. Oh, a career I dreamed of my whole entire life, and I loved every minute of it. But God had a bigger vision for me. So all my friends thought I was crazy. Oh, shoot, I thought I was crazy too. But God, I had to trust God. And for many of you, you're waiting for permission or perception or judgment or public opinion. You need to move past that. They'll catch up. Trust and believe. They'll catch up. So for those of you that are saying, Nicole, this is all great, but I need help. I need support. I am starting something special next Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, called the Brilliance School. One of the things that happened last year, right? So I did it first time ever last year. I will only ever do this once a year. It's a 5-week online business school for free. Now, in the 5 weeks, I'll walk you through all the areas that are going to help you rise above what's holding you back and help you get clear on your vision and help you get clear on how to move it forward into multiple streams of revenue. I'm teaching you everything that I didn't know that I didn't know when my business was failing. And I'll tell you that story too, those of you that haven't heard it, right? So in the 5 weeks, let me tell you what I'm teaching you, right? And I had to write it down because listen, even though I made it up, sister girl, my memory's not always the best, right? So week 1, which is May 13th, starting May 13th, and by the way, scrolling at the bottom of your screen, thebrillianceschool.com is where you go register. See it there? Thebrillianceschool.com is where you register. So it will be at 1 p.m. EST every Thursday. If you can't make it live, yes, you have access to the replays. So make sure you register. And I will give you action work every week. Okay. So week 1 is dominating your lane. So this is making sure you're clear on the lane. This is that keenness of vision we just talked about. Week 2 is the power of your story. The thing that is so interesting is it's not about selling, it's about serving people. And people need to see you as their answer, and your story does just that. So I'll walk you through how that really is the key differentiator that makes you stand up from everybody else. Week 3 is your brilliance blueprint. What's interesting is how many entrepreneurs I meet as I'm traveling or as I'm speaking virtually these days, and they don't have any strategy. And they wonder why their business isn't working. They do stuff because so-and-so's doing it. Or such and such did that. I'm going to do that too. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You need to create strategy based on your own blueprint, not based on somebody else's. I'll walk you through what that means and why that's so important to your ability to create multiple streams of revenue. And then you find your flow. Ooh, I think find your flow is probably my favorite one. Renata, I appreciate you, girl. I'll post what she said. Look, Renata is just, girl, I love my clients. I really do. She said, y'all invest in yourself. Nicole will overserve and your expectations to move you from where you are to where you're supposed to be. Come on, Renata, right? And listen, this is free. Now, those of you that need more, at the end of it, I will show you what more looks like. But here is why I even walk you through these 5. Or let me tell you the other 2. Find your flow is really the ingredients that help you create your own recipe from your blueprint. The link is there, Val. It's thebrilliantschool.com. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Thebrilliantschool.com is where you go. Okay. Somebody type that in the chat, thebrilliantschool.com, right? And then week 5 is backstage pass. So I'm going to tell you, this is the money making methodology. This is all the stuff nobody told me. Because listen, nobody tells you got to produce your program. Only if you want to make money while you sleep. If you want to do it hard, I'm not that girl. I'm not the one. Hey, Joelle, right? Joelle's a client too. I love you, girl. So I want y'all to get this. In 5 weeks, I'm going to walk you through the 5 areas that you must create in order to have a profitable business. All right. So with that said, that's our conversation for today. My goal is always to be here with you 30 minutes or less. Rise above it, right, is our conversation today. And we talked about Michelle Obama. We talked about being like an eagle, right? Both are the 2 examples of what it looks like when you rise above it. So with that said, in addition to joining me for the Brilliance School, as you all know, every week I give you a reflection sheet. Now, this is what it looks like for this week. It's 3 pages. And I've added a poem in. That's a great poem about an eagle. Soar like an eagle. Great poem is on it this week. So how you get it is you go to thebrilliancetribe.com, which is our Facebook group. And in the Facebook group, first of all, today's will get posted at 7:30. So you'll see it. It'll be right there in the group. But for our past episodes, again, you go to the files section in the Facebook group and you can grab it. All right. So that's our conversation for today. That is our conversation for Amplify Your Brilliance Mondays. I'm here every single Monday, again, to give you tools. So this is all about activating your being. When I'm with you for the Brilliance School, that's your doing. And those of you that have been around me, you need be, do in order to have. You can't just do. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? You need doing. And you need to activate your doing. But if you leave your being out, see, your business will never outgrow you. So if you don't stop and grow you, that's what Ayanna Van Zant was really about. Every episode, but this really last one was really, really good. Where she talked to these DJs who don't have a successful personal life. And some of their businesses are affected by it. Because your business can never outgrow you. So if you keep looking past where you are, where your mental zip code is, you'll be stuck every time. And so on Monday, my goal is to literally give you the tools to do that. What do you mean no space? Sorry, there's space. It's thebrilliantschool.com, right? www.thebrilliantschool. It's space in there. So with that said, y'all, Have a phenomenal rest of your week. I'll see you next Monday as we continue our conversation. Uh, we got a few more weeks left in May. And we start a new series in June, all right? And then again, I want to make sure you guys register. Thebrilliantschool.com is where you register to join me starting on Thursday, all right? So, does anybody have any questions as we wrap up this episode? Yes, you know by we do have Kenyatta. Anybody have any questions at all as I'm wrapping our conversation for today? Okay, seeing none. I look forward to continuing to serve you next Monday and then getting to start with you next Thursday, May 13th. Don't miss it in the Brilliant School, all right? Have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. And I'll leave this running as we end this episode. I'll see y'all next Monday for another episode of Amplify Your Brains Mondays. Take good care.